and he who is not a bird should not camp above abysses.
Gustavo, I think his last name is Oriano, who we had on the show during the recall election.
Oh, yeah.
He coined a term which has really stuck with me called Rancho Libertarianism, which explains a lot of the how exactly somebody can vote for a Trumpist-style candidate, hold a position where they're pro-Medicare for all and also, like, not for abortion, but also pro-gun rights. It doesn't track on most of the way that we think about culture wars or politics today, but that's actually what a large percentage of Latino non-college educated men kind of fall into that category, especially down Rio Grande Valley in California. Remember that the entire way the demographics slip in the support for Gavin Newsom recall and more, Newsom lost a significant amount of ground amongst Latinos, and a lot of it was on lockdown procedure. So I think, once again, that this culture war, as it moves away from the 1990s into anti-PC stuff, it really does validate the Barstool conservative thesis that I kind of put forward, especially around men, like non-college educated men. You call it grill dad conservatism, you can call it whatever you want. But a lot of that stuff, it seems to be moving and tracking in that direction. The Youngkin results also kind of validate that as well, where, you know, Youngkin, depending on which exit poll, we don't have the verified ones, he either came within 9 points of winning Hispanics or he completely tied. I mean, either that's a disaster, you know,
yeah.
Especially, and if you break that down by men, it was even, you know, plus 20 or something like that. Same thing here in the Biden data. So it's just it's an interesting snapshot.
Yeah.
Where's the country at?
Well, and I mean, remember, who did best among Latinos in the Democratic primary was Bernie Sanders, which gets to the point that it's
young
like,
Latino men as well.
you know, there can be this sort of knee-jerk, like, oh, well, they're just like conservative. And it's a lot more, it's a lot more complicated than that, because there was first of all, Bernie's campaign made an actual effort to message, and not in a blanket, like, we're gonna decide that immigration is the only thing you probably care about, and, you know, use terminology that's...
did super well with that match.
Yeah. Medicare for all was a big winner in that community, and also, again, just the effort that was put in, and Republicans have decided, made a concerted effort under Trump, that we're gonna try to reach out to this community, and you can see that there's a lot of fruit being born. I mean, this is a key swing constituency at this point. In all of our talk about how hardened things are and how tribal and how polarized, you can see this demographic moving in real time and truly up for grabs. So anyway, again, it's a small sample size, but it's yet another data point of Democrats had this completely arrogant assumption, the coalition of the ascendant, that as demographics change in the country, it was going to be lights out, game over for the Republicans, because they had this, you know, the Obama coalition that was just going to keep building, and that the assumption was Latinos would move more into their camp over time and look like the voting margins of the African American community. Ain't working out for them so well.
Don't think so.